And we're into it. Bad news bears. Carpe Diem here on Nuke. Pistolo round. And we got 4 pistols in the hands of 2 players. We got quaddies on the server, John. Quaddies coming through. And if I had to guess, they're available for the hut fight. And
They
indeed, that
are.
seems to be the case.
Yeah, Hexway there, and both of them are in fact around the corner with Chop starting towards Squeaky. Chop gonna get one in towards Mini and a second, and Hex gets the third. It's all the dualies here. And it's only Shake and Swan left standing. Classia's on the flank, and he gets spotted out by Swan. But, I mean, Swan doesn't have the bomb. There's so little he can do in this situation. There is a bit of a sneaky play by Shake getting into Big Garage. He might sneak through, and he does to find Classia. But Walco immediately trades him out, Mike.
And an upgrade for Welko. Now the Doodlies just need to get one more kill, and we got quad kills for the quaddies. Come on. Do it, Chop. Do it, Chop. Do it. Walko ruining things with 2 kills of his own. Very nicely done for Carpe. Diem full control there. The Doolies set up for exactly the play that actually did come through. And it was the player in Mini who really received the brunt of the damage. Very nicely done. It's a good way to kick off your nuke. And the bad news bears without a bomb plant there are going to be sent to the Glocks. Just the Glocks. Not even a flashbang to get this one started. They'll save what little they can. Pinch their pennies to bring it into the next one. Mobile catches a nade to start things out. It's going to be a mini play. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down. And there's a bit of an overwhelm. Pluto finds 1. There's something going here, but not much. Not much. And Pluto, not long for this world.
Yeah, about what you would expect from a waterfall off of Silo towards Mini there by the Bad News Bears. And, well, 1 kill at least comes through, so that's going to make it a little expensive for Carpe Diem, but nothing too much to fuss about. That said, that wasn't the round that mattered for the Bad News Bears. This one is, as they're going to bring the rifles to bear. 4 AKs and the Galil coming through, along with almost all the utility they can need, about 75% of what they usually would have. So let's see if they can make that work. Classia, who has been struggling a little bit more than I would have expected for Carpe Diem throughout this season so far. In the 4 matches that he's played, he's actually sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard with 162 frags, which isn't that far off from the top of Walco at 176. I think it's just his kill to death differential that surprised me a little bit at negative 18. He's also still the top ADR player at 76.6. And we know he's apt to go for those entry fights, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, he's usually really solid at them, and which results in a very great stat line, but lately he hasn't been.
Well, I think one of the things that might be shifting as well is there's a difference between some of the entry work that Classy has done before, which is kind of just feeling it out as an individual, making an individual play, and being an entry within a unit, right? Yeah. Where you're trying to set up your teammates, you're trying to create space to get in towards a site. And I do wonder whether that's the shift. We haven't actually gotten to watch much Carpe Diem so far this season.
No.
So curious to see a little bit more of what that image actually looks like, what that picture actually looks like. And it is classic Carpe Diem that the split between top frag and bottom frag is so tight. What's that, 14 kills between them? Right? That's insane.
It's always like that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's very much a team effort on the Carpe Diem side.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll have hacks popping off. Sometimes you'll have chop popping off. But it is classy as the first death in this one. The trade is there. It's a bit of the bonus round for the CT side, but not that much. They certainly can't afford to just let this one slip away. And while there's good damage on the Shake and Momo, there's also a great bomb plan here for the Bad News Bears. Oh, nice nade.
Yeah.
Shake's low. Play this setup. The flash is go off. The door's gonna open. Spongy doesn't get the kill, but he does allow Shake Zula to escape and now dance with death through the door. 2 big kills. They need to get going though. They don't have time. It's starting to expire. That bomb's planted forward. There's no smoke covered off. That's so much better. Now it's all onto Swan, and he's gonna be hemmed in. So if the rifle player can hold him off, they're going to go for the defuser. That's the shot from Chop. Execution. What a retake coming through from Carpe Diem.
Yeah, on the bonus round as well, so that helps their economy considerably. They do only survive with 2 players, but still excellent retake against the flow of play because the Bad News Bears had the control. Even Shake slipping away. Once Spongy opens that door, I thought he was going to be able to do more damage, catching Carpe Diem off guard, but in the end, he only connects on 1 shot, then falls back, and afterwards that gives Carpe Diem the path forward. And they hit their shots very, very well. Yeah, I got to give credit to the Bad News Bears for getting that bomb plant, but it's Carpe Diem pulling it back at the end. So we go into round number 4. Carpe Diem's economy still looking strong, and Wiz is waiting here with the big green. We've had some questions about Wiz's play in the past, but let's see if he can perhaps pick up the pace here. in the regular season, at least to secure a spot in those playoffs for Carpe Diem. He's going to be an important one.
It's a really tricky angle he's holding as well. Okay, that works. Because if well, no one's behind. What I was gonna say is if they came through with a mass ramp play, right? He's forced into the angle. He's tight to the angle. If they just overwhelm with pistols, it's very easy to get caught out there without support from his teammate. But fortunately for him, only one player lurks through. That's Momo, who gets his chest caved in, and then there's plenty of time to reposition here for Wiz. So it's not very demanding, and instead it's one of the easier shots you're gonna have as an Hopper. And that just works out nicely. Swan has worked his way into hell. Clasia doesn't necessarily seem to be aware of this possibility. This could be interesting. Wiz has to have communicated that he's given up the ramp. But Swan's just chilling here. And now Clasia's checking it. Oh, and he's ready. Nicely done. That's what you're looking for. He's going to go fourth and frag out one more. And it's all in the shake. And it's clean here for the Carpe Diem guys. So not only did they win the bonus round, but now they've just taken a gun round without dropping a body. Sorry, pistol round up for their opponents, but they haven't dropped the body. The bank is built. Hext has 8K. He also hasn't died yet, nor has Chop.
Yeah, and good to see Clasia get some frags on the board, even though it's just an anti-eco. It's still important to find your rhythm early on. So he gets a couple there, and he's got his aim on point, ready to fire here against the full-on rifle buy-up. Going to be 4 AKs and the AWP. Not much the Bad News Bears could do in that round. And I mean, you did mention there was a possibility of Wiz being overloaded in that position. But at the end of the day, only one player goes out, and the Bad News Bears don't have any success outside of, I think, 1 kill in that round. Or excuse me, no kills. They didn't have any, right? All 5 players survived. So
teensy bit of damage. Not really a whole lot. Smoke to block out the Lockers shot. They've got a player in a mini if they want it. They're going to go forward. The Garage player spots, but doesn't get the kill. That's a big miss for Walco. Opens up outside. Wiz. Pressure in a big way. And actually, we didn't realize it got through the locker. Pluto catches Classic. What's going on there? That call has to come through quicker. I don't know what's going on there, but Classic gets caught unawares, and now it's a really tough spot for Hex and Chop. They're both in towards A. You can defend this site, but if it heads B, there's really not much that can be done, and as the bomb creeps its way down the steps.
That's unnecessary.
Swan takes an extremely unnecessary amount of half of his damage to post up here. They're going to group. Chop has a chance to upset the apple cart of this round. He's got the first. That's the bomb. But the trade is instant. Hex down the vent. He's going to be looked for. He's going to be looked for, but to take an isolated fight, and Momo's good for it. A little bit of unnecessary risk there from the Bad News Bears in a couple different ways. But they still do take the round, and that's what matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, 2 things, right? Swan running through that Molotov, it was about to expire. He didn't have to do that. He could have just waited a little bit longer to go through, but I guess he was worried about being exposed outside of Secret. Even so, he could have just waited back at Red Box instead. The second thing is taking the fight at vent. You don't have to. You have a 3v1. Just go plant the bomb. And then if he comes to you, it'll be a much easier task to take care of him. So either way, BNB win regardless. And Swan is going to get the opener here on 2 Chop. So another 5v4 advantage. Really like what Pluto did in that round, by the way. Pushed up very quickly. His position unknown. And then Clasia, I guess, doesn't get the comm, doesn't get the call out because Pluto swings around and gets the second.
Certainly, he doesn't process the call out in time, which admittedly it's a quick situation. You got to play in the shadow Schmallow. Walco's got no support as well. So if he takes his first player coming around the red box, he's likely to be traded from on top of the silo. If he takes a player coming from on top of the silo, patience. Patience. They don't check it. They don't clear it. Uh-oh. He's let him go past now. Is the window going to be missed? He's expecting a second player to come right around the corner. That's not going to happen. Now Walco has to activate. He has to go find the player he let slip by. You can't just let him roam free, and Pluto's got an inkling that something is up. There's the spot! And Walco will not fumble the shot. That's good. Could have been a huge missed opportunity. But instead, now they've got ramp control, and it's looking very good for Carpe Diem. It's going to be the squeaky fight. They're out, but they don't expect Hex. And Hex takes 2. It's all on to Swan. While he will find 1, the trade is instant, and Carpe Diem are right back on the board.
What a round to pull back for Carpe Diem, especially considering they lost the first player in the round in the first 10 seconds. But Walco, the patience, the wherewithal not to fire his gun and waiting for the right opportunity to strike. Once he does, he finds the opener, and then Bad News Bears are so distracted by the fact that he's come through on their flank that it gives the opportunity to Clasia to secure ramp. There you go. So Carpe Diem, are indeed going to get back to their winning ways, that is almost certainly going to trigger a timeout to be called by the Bad News Bears because they need to talk that over. They were in control of that round and it completely slipped away from them because they didn't clear their corners.
Always gotta check your angles.
Gotta do it.
You might find a cheeky Walco chilling. It's crazy that almost got away from Walco. I mean, he made the correct play, right? Because if the second player comes through, he could get 2. But he almost showed too much patience. Molotov down early. Swan drops a Walco early. No cheeky lurking for Walco. He's been deleted. That was the squeaky door P. That's nicely done for Swan. He's done a good job getting these entries already. And Shake Zula now follows it up. So a 2-man advantage. Pressure onto the site player. That's just Hex. He's got no support. Glacier goes 1 for 1. This is a really tough spot for Hex. What can he find? Nothing. The round's over. Wiz needs to think about saving this AWP. Despite winning 5-1, their money is crap. But look at this. Uh-oh. They have to go back for the bomb. And guess who's covering the angle? Good flashbang. But they don't go across on the flash. Second one's going to get tossed. They just smoke it off. That's a conservative call. They know where Wiz plays. And they don't want to lose this round. So, way to cover up a potential sticky situation.
Yeah, that's a great response from this time from the Bad News Bears. They immediately charge out, no hesitation towards mid, and they're looking for Walco because, of course, he got the advantage on them last time. This time, Walco's not in that cheeky of a spot. He was just trying to, as you mentioned, peek out for Mini and deleted by Swan. Wicked shot coming through from him. And then Spongy afterwards, clearing out Hex off the site, made it look easy with that headshot from the AK. And after that, it's just Wiz trying to save the op. So good on the Bad News Bears, picking up a second round and at least putting up a bit more of a fight here in this one. There is one bright spot for the Bad News Bears in that Strife matchup. Mike, I was going to say Spongy, but it is Spongy. that was the bright spot. 39 and 33 frags despite losing 0-2 and only getting 14 rounds combined, and he had a 92.0 ADR. So he's always that consistent player, though, Mike. Yes.
Of anyone on Bad News Bears, I don't know if Spongy would be the best on the broadcast. Love the guy. Not necessarily always the most verbose. He's kind of a quiet dude.
Yes, he is. He is very quiet. Definitely. I think Shake or Swan might make.
Dude, Shake's got a career as a broadcaster at some point if he wants to. He gives a great interview. Great interview. Might have to shave a little more reliably sometimes, but you know. I say this comes from a place of love, if anyone's here in chat. Big Shake Zula fan here. But yeah, no, if Shake wants to hop on the desk at some point, I'm sure he'll have an opportunity.
Oh, got a question.
Good brain for it.
Yeah, he could definitely break things down in ways that, I mean, even some of the current analysts might not see.
Let's see what we got. Made it blow off the squeaky door. This time Wiz is looking for the fight. They've shifted the op around, and that's Hexed. Getting a ripper of a shot with a peek out the hut. That one AWP should be the big threat, but if the hand cannon strike, there's 3 of them out, and we know how dangerous they can be. Walco, Chop, and Hex, not a slouch among them. This is kind of an interesting set. Walco knows the player's gotten down the vent, and he's very focused on finding that kill. He's expecting him to come back and clear his way, but Shake Zula's chilling in the vent. He could actually get caught. He's not expecting Walco to be here. That's a freebie. That's a lineup. That's an upgrade. Uh-oh. Molly down. It's a little late. They just get a section off these players, and now they're exposed.
What a Molly.
They're all falling apart. Glacia went 1 for 1. It's all on the Swan. He's just hit a no-scope. What? Walco burned his own Molotov. But Swan's got no health. It doesn't matter how many players they survive with here. They just need the round. They just need the round. They can't rush it. Hex is coming into the fight. Swan knows he has an opportunity here. 50 seconds. Panic setting in for Carpe Diem, perhaps. And Swan will bide his time. 45 on the clock. There's a player up top. There's a player in secret. There's a path towards a bomb plant on B, but Hex and Swan, who's going to flinch first? Swan's the one who has to make the move. He's not moving a muscle just yet. Hex is going to come close, but the no-scope misses! The counter step from Hex is just enough to dodge the jab, and that is Carpe Diem to snatch away around with pistols and sticks and stones. They didn't even need the op to get involved there, John.
No, I know they didn't. And I mean, but Walco is all over the flank. He's always in the sneaky spots. And again, he catches off a player that's Shake in the vents with the Deagle headshot. His second frag of the round to boot. Then he upgrades to the AK, throws a perfect Molotov to sow chaos into the ranks of the Bad News Bears. We're just trying to push to the B site. And then, well, you know, he dies in his own Molotov, pulls off the 1G. But I mean, either way, he was still so brilliant in that round. It didn't matter at all. And Swan misses the no scope, and that's the round. But still, great one from Carpe Diem. We're going blow for blow back and forth. The thing is, it's kind of worse for the Bad News Bears at this point because they've only secured 2 rounds, and Carpe Diem, I mean, they've shown that the momentum is firmly in their favor at this point. The only thing that might be troubling is their economy hasn't been able to build up because of these back and forth blows.
Still, I mean, snatching away around with pistols is always going to be a nice shot in the arm for the eco.
Of course.
Now, they missed the player in Big Garage. Oh, Shakespeare's got a lot of ground. Wiz is backing off of it. Classic came out for a check. I wonder if they're going to miscomm this and think that it's clear. Player's down secret. Lots of control outside for the Bad News Bears. And it has been seeded for them. We should have an angle to know that they're not going to get all the way through. And Walco should have at least some degree of contained here by secret. But with 35 seconds, there's a path in. Many is a mite bit exposed. What are they going to do? What are they going to pick? Got a lot of options. They don't have time, though. 30 seconds. They got to go. They're going to come down secret. Walco will have a chance to shut this down. But he's not got a lot of support. The rotations will be a bit late. He's just going to be left towards decon. Oh, this could be really interesting. What does he read? He hears them on the site now. He's going to section out these players. They're not going to expect them to be on this flank so soon. He could get some freebies here, and he's going to get one. He's going to get 2 as well. Walco is silenced, but the cacophony of kills have come through. There's going to be a pinch here. It's working out. Pluto up top, trying to come back down. He's making mad noise in the vent, though, and he's been spotted, but he's still got the kill. How's he done that? Wiz with a ripper of a shot, but it's all out of Pluto. It's the 1v1.
No
Wiz hits
way!
another! Plenty of time for the defuse. Snappy with it, and 7 on the board.
Wow. I mean, the Bad News Bears looked like they were going to pull that one back. Great work from Pluto. No hesitation. Realizes the audio cues are coming in and says, I don't care. I'm coming out of these vents and I'm taking the fight, and wins it. So you give your team a 2v1 after Carpe Diem really did do a great job of coming through in the post plant and getting damage done. Walco again with the sneaky plays. I mean, he's all over the map at this point. But at the end, Wiz, it's been a long time, me personally, Mike, that I've seen Wiz make a flashy play like that and come out on top. It was really nice. When he gets the first one, I'm like, okay, pretty good. But then the second, he was under pressure and he still managed to pull it off. So helps his team secure a 7th round, and the Bad News Bears back to the drawing board again.
Absolutely incredible shots there from Wiz. The second one. Whoa.
Wow.
Thought he was caught off guard. Be curious to see that from his perspective. I'd imagine that was a heck of a play.
It was.
Had to be. Where's B and B rocking out? They got so much control outside, right? They had so many things working in their favor. Just maybe got a little bit rushed at the end there. Left themselves just a touch exposed. And now it seems like they're going to test outside again. Walco. I don't think they were close enough to hear his footsteps. But he lies in wait. Could be the mini play this time. There's the spot. Walco's got the info. All the info and the kill, and he's gone. Yes, they're going to try and chase him, but he doesn't really care. He's got the 1. He's looking for more. Chop's been dropped elsewhere. That might funnel them back up top, but the thing is, Hack's still here in mini, and they've found the garage player. It's all falling apart just down to these 2, and Swan's going to make an individual play, and individually, he will die. So now Sheikh Zula has a whole minute to consider what has happened, and okay, he'll get that served on a silver platter, but not expect the next. It's a solid round coming through from Carpe Diem, and that's exactly what they need. They deny the bomb plant, and they keep 3 alive, so they can start to build. It's an 8-2 line. They've got a 6-round lead, and they've got the bank swinging in their favor.
Wow. Carpe Diem looking strong now, and the Bad News Bears are relegated down to pistols only. It's going to be 4 Tech 9s, a P250, 2 smokes, and 3 flashes, and they're just going to go for it. I think they're going to charge towards the ramp. Molotov comes out, smokes, Glassy has lined them up, gets only 1. Spongy could charge through and really make life difficult for Walco. Walco's up to the task for 1, and the Bad News Bears stall out. They're going to throw a flashbang. Walco turns away, and then he gets the last 3 as well. The 4K for Walco, and 9-2 in favor of Carpe Diem.
It's It's amazing how close this game and some of these rounds have felt for it to actually be a 9-2 scoreline. That's just the brutal side of a T side on Nuke. Let's see if the Bad News Bears can crack through a couple more rounds. I've got a good investment into this one, a healthy investment at that. This time, they're working the lobby, taking this space. It's been outside, 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 outside. Here's the change of pitch. None of these taps are finding anything for Walco, but it seems like the play's going to come through the hut. There's the util. Hex gets the smoke down, but it's too late, but he does get the kills. And now the smoke works beautifully to bottle cap the others through. They've been stuck on into this choke point. While Shakespeare is trying to do work, he just can't find enough space for his team. It's all on to Swan. They're completely overwhelmed. This round has been rebuffed, shut down. They tried to go for a change of pitch. They tried to go for a fast hit towards upper, and it turns out the site defenders were ready this entire time.
Unbelievable. I mean, Carpe Diem are just not missing a beat at this point. Even when the Bad News Bears have been threatening, Carpe Diem's had the answer, whether it be a clutch from Wiz or Walco coming through on the flank twice to find the answer for Carpe Diem. Swan now waiting towards T-spawn. You could get one here. Oh, misses the shot, in fact. The shoulder peek baited out the op shot, and he did not connect. And now Carpe Diem have the information and the money to go for this chase. It's not too great for Walco and Clasia, but I think they still want to take this op out of the hands of Swan. He is going to get the frag onto Wiz, and that opens himself a path up to the bomb, and he brings that down into vent. In fact, this could be a bomb plant. This is a bit of a blunder for Carpe Diem to even give this up.
Perhaps. Let's see what Swan can do with it. They're chasing. They're not going to be able to deny that's money secured for Swan. At the very least, what more can he do? A chance to create something magical. He's got a post-plant position as well. They're going to have to brave him. Could maybe defuse. Molly's starting to come in. No, they'll be exposed. He'll be able to find anyone on that defusal. Just spawned the first. Flashbang chases them off. They're going to start to stick, but it's all about the op. And they just defuse under his nose. He doesn't realize they've gotten on it. And so Swan will try and save this AWP through. He might be able to, but no. Clasia denies that. So while the bomb money is given up, no freebies go through. And Carpe Diem still do find the double A digits.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, as mentioned, they do get the plant money from that bomb plant that Swan managed to sneak on through, but as you alluded to, didn't hear that it was being planted, and that was the biggest problem for him, even if he does, right? It's a very difficult thing to pull off with the op, but Shake Zula catches off Walco. I honestly thought that Walco would have the edge coming around for that peak, but Shake was ready for it and flicked right to his head, so there is the opening frag for the Bad News Bears. See if they can make something happen with it this time, because it hasn't gone too well for them, even when they do get that opening pick.
Jake? Where's he going to go from here? It's kind of solo. Momo could perhaps link up with him, but it's going to carry risk. Instead, they made their way out squeaky. This is the space they're trying to find. It is interesting. Both players who are normal A-side anchors are still alive, but they've rotated. They're gone. They're in towards lower. Carpe Diem are totally out of place. This could actually turn into a save purely from the positioning perspective as this bomb goes down. It's going to happen. Eventually. Good adjustment from Spongy. Realizes that actually the other side would be much more exposed. And I don't know how Carpe Diem even get back into this. It starts with a kill on Shake. The kill that they're not going to find.
Wow.
And with that, this round is over. Wiz and Classy, I don't know where you go to hide these guns, but that's what they're going to try and do, presumably. Classy's got a kill. Oh, he wants to give a look in. All right, Classy, the game is afoot. And the game is no foot.
Or is it?
No foots. It's out of the foot. It's a hand.
I think they realized that the time was so tight that to find all three frags and then defuse the bomb that it just wasn't viable. And they said, you know what? It's more valuable to keep these weapons. Walco and Chop don't really have much money. Let's drop for them and play it safe here, which is the right call because they still have 10 rounds already. And it's only the third one they've given up. But that third one, well earned by the Bad News Bears. Shake peeking around from the red box, or in fact, it was Walco peeking around. Shake was just walking up, and he flicks immediately. It could have been disaster again for the Bad News Bears right off the docket. Instead, it's Shake who gets one, and then defends Secret perfectly for two more. Could have even had a fourth for himself, but ends up going down in that 1v1 duel. So Bad News Bears do manage to secure that round, and they're looking to make it 4 now, but Carpe Diem, with those 2 rifles saved, will still have a full-on buy up here as Walco spams through the smoke and sees the wall of smokes fly on forward. That's a lot of information given away by the Bad News Bears, because it's not a fake. They're charging forward with the audio cues as well. I'm not sure if Walco heard Shake's footsteps or not, but still, there's a lot to work off of here. Exactly.
Definitely got some info. It's gonna be a tough one for Wiz. Oh, they tick the Molotov.
What?
And then the spam comes through. What was that? It was heard. Was it just spam from Locker?
I think it was just spam.
Anyways, the audio cue is given up and 2 kills come through as a result. They're gonna go 1-for-1 with Wiz. So there's still a chance to at least get a bomb plant here as the reposition's coming through. So they'll get that money, but the money, it's not what they're looking for. They need the round wins, and the flank is already on. They're down secret. It'll be a heck of a duel with Spongy here if he's gonna try and survive this. We'll go with a slight upgrade, and now comes the pressure. Momo wanted to battle up ramp, but they're playing patient here. Hax is taking his time with it. Doesn't want to give away the information, so Momo at some point might think he's clear. He's going to start to battle back towards this site, and, well, now they're too patient. They're not playing together. There's still 2 players remaining. What's happening? The time's running out. The time is expiring, but they've still made it work. That's everyone. That's plenty of time to get this defuse through. Not many seconds to spare, but just enough. And that's Carpe Diem finding 11.
A little messy.
Retake. Weird.
Yeah. It was a weird retake. Messy at the end, honestly. I thought Carpe Diem would be able to close out a little better, but the Bad News Bears hung on a little longer than I think they deserved to, because Carpe Diem had their number and they just kind of handed away a couple of kills. Anyway, Carpe Diem do manage to get it done and get onto the bomb site despite it being a little bit late on that defusal. Here we go, though, 15th and final round of play in this first half, and even though that last round was weird, the weirdness is favoring Carpe Diem at every turn. Oh, nice nade thrown forward towards the Bad News Bears. Now you have 4 players who have taken some damage, and the Bad News Bears just looking around, trying to figure out if anyone's trying to push them. They are very nervous, it seems, in this lobby.
Well, it feels like it's been a really tough half for the Bad News Bears. Just off of my instinct here, it doesn't feel like they've been playing particularly poorly or that anything's like they've made any really bad decisions. It just feels like a lot of the 50-50 situations, a lot of the clutches, a lot of the decisions have just gone incorrectly, or they've given up like 1 audio cue that got hurt. And Carpe Diem have done a fantastic job of punishing any point of weakness. Carpe Diem have just destroyed. They played a really good Nuke CT side, and might just be getting better here. Spongy's out. They know that. Walker comes in to help as well. Now they can fight together, and that's a great setup. There's just so many bodies in the site. They have the numbers exactly where they need them. That's exactly what you want from a Nuke side, and we're going to send it to the break.
love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Commanding lead for Carpe Diem as the Bad News Bears get completely stymied every turn, but now they've got a chance to do the stymie. No dualies for them. It's just full armor on the USP round, and Carpe Diem the hut quickly. This could be a faster take. What are we seeing here? 3-man setup to deal with Squeaky Door, so if that's the way it comes, it's a good setup for the Bad News Bears. 4 players direct into A, John. This is a hard read.
Yeah, it's super risky because if Pluto goes down, the B side is literally free and clear for the taking, and Pluto doesn't even get a single frag, not even a lick of damage, and he goes down while he's trying to retreat. That means a free bomb planter, maybe free. I think the Bad Newsers get one player back, and there's the second one as Spongy delays the plan. Still some work to be done for Carpe Diem, but Hex finds Swan over an observation, and now that opens up the floodgates.
3v5 here. Recoverable perhaps for the Bad News Bears.
Oh, no.
Never mind. Spongy just got knifed in the back. Not quite sure how that happened. But the end result is that that's an extra $1,500 for Glacia here. And Momo's going to try some heroics. 2 kills found. What is happening here? Now it's still Glacia to defend, and Momo is put completely out of position. Gets time for the reload, but doesn't have much time for the defuse. Obviously no kit available since they went for full armor. And he's being peppered down. Death by 1,000 paper cuts, 1,000 Glock shots, spitballs or not. They will take him out of play, and he's out of time as well. One more parting shot, but that's all he's going to get. And Glacia will escort him from this earth for his 3rd kill of the round. That's a brilliant pistol for Carpe Diem. It again puts them in a prime position to just close this game on out.
Yeah, very quickly. In fact, unless we forget, this is the Bad News Bears map pick. So,
Oof.
Yeah, that's a big oof. And also, they only have 1 win on the next map, Inferno, over the last 3 months. Carpe Diem are dominant on that map. And I mentioned earlier, one of the win conditions for Bad News Bears is take Nuke, and it's not looking pretty so far. Not over, though. Wiz is going to charge onto that A site. Momo goes down. Spongy does manage to get the trade, but he is quickly dropped afterwards. And then through the smoke, Glacia connects on Swan. So everything's clicking for Carpe Diem. Glacia had 3 frags in that previous round, and I talked about how important he is on their entries on T side, and if he's clicking and everyone else is doing their job, well, Carpe Diem is a very difficult force to stop.
It's really going to be a difficult force to stop in this round, as Bad News Bears will not be able to stop them.
No.
It's my deep analysis. Didn't work.
I like it.
But see what they can do. The next round, you'll have the Deagle, you'll have the Scout, you'll have 14 on the board for Carpe Diem, you'll be trying to hold them off the map point. Do you invest after this? Do you say we don't really want to play for 12 rounds of overtime and yeet into this one? Or do you play it the theoretical safe way and be theoretically backed up against the wall once you actually get guns out? Seems like they're opting to go the safe way. They'll get at least 1 rifle round out here. But Carpe Diem are going to be licking their chops at that one. They will happily take 12 tries to get 1 gun round through. Now, to be fair, knowing Carpe Diem, the classic thing for them to do would be to use all 12 of those tries and get it on the last one. First, they got to do it against pistols.
Yes.
First body down. It's Momo who finds the kill, but now the Molotovs inside are making life uncomfortable. Nice tag with a Scout. Okay, things are getting interesting here, and Momo's found another. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
This is dangerous.
Recovery needed. Momo out of play. He was the player close. That Scout almost found another. What is happening here?
They're
2
going
players
B.
down vent, and no one's here. No one's here. Now comes the problems. Walker, don't get spammed down. Walker, don't get spammed down, challenge. That's a good nade onto Chop, but I can't deny the bomb plant now. With that clock taking away, obviously no kit available. This retake will be tough.
Yeah, Welko goes down to 2 HP as well. It's not going to be the easiest retake, and Pluto will get taken down by Wiz. Chop finds Shaken. That should be the round. Swan does have a scout, but there's only so much you can do, Mike, with half health and the sniper rifle.
And no armor, and no nothing. And a shot that doesn't land. That's going to be it. That's going to be that point. It gets a little rockier than it needed to be, perhaps, but I don't think Carpe Diem much care. Here's the full investment through from the Bad News Bears. It is do or die. This is it. Swan's going to be glass cannon. Shake has an AUG. There is a kit. Momo picks one up last second, but there are limitations on the utility. So it's either happening now or it's not happening. Wiz has an AWP on the other side, so here comes the AWP duel, and outside early. That's going to be a chunky nade. They were looking for the fight. They were trying to go fast into it. They are going fast into it. They're outside. Smokes drop. They're doing it dry. No smokes. They've caught them completely off guard. They've got lower. Do they find this kill on Pluto? He's got one. Not the second. Deleted on the swing by Walco. Spongy is. But he's got 2 to deal with, and Walco isn't missing with the AWP. He's had such a good map. It's ridiculous. And at this point, Sheikh Zula and Momo are all that remains. Momo's gotten down the vents at the very least. He might have a bit of an angle. He might have the freebie on Walco. He could do more with this. They're not watching. Walco could be shot in the back. And there's the kill. There's the execution. But he's not got the next. Can't line up the spray. It's all under Shake to keep them alive into this. It's a 1v3. He's in the ramp. He's coming out. He's already found the spot. There's not the kill. Drop risking it, but a double peek will be enough to salt this one away.